Hi, I'm Debrah DeMirza at Deluxe, a resale clothing boutique in Eugene, Oregon. And today I'm going to show you how to get a perfect fit for your jeans. What you do first is start out by making sure you wash and shrink your jeans the way you would normally launder them. And usually if you don't do that in cotton, you can get a couple % shrinkage. Usually it happens in the waist and in the length. So what I tell people, it's get a pair of jeans that fit well in the waist, because if you start taking in the waist, there's so much bulky fabric. For one thing, it's very uncomfortable on your hips. So the best thing to do is get a nice fit on the waist, and then you can take in the sides. The next thing you want to make sure of is if it has metal rivets by the pockets, you make sure this area fits well too, because you don't want to have to try to sew over those metal rivets. And most jeans will have a single seam, so you don't have to undo a lot of stitching in order to take in your pant legs. So what you'll need to do is get a perfect fit on any of the complicated areas, and then you can narrow the legs if you want to. And what you can do is look at the jeans by laying them flat and seeing where the line is. If you have a pair of bells, they're going to need to be taken in on both sides. If it's just a straight leg and you want to make it narrower, then you can go ahead and start pinning them on yourself, right side out or inside out. And when you put them on right side out, just pinch the sides where you want it to take them in, and make sure that you've got your seam line at the fold. So what you'll do is make your pins gently angle in from the natural line of your sewing, and then take them in. I usually pin every couple inches once I determine how much I want to take them in. And then what you can do, whether they're inside out or right side out, is you have to turn them inside out to sew them. And so if I don't know where my line is going to be, I take a piece of chalk, and you can go right over the pins with that piece of chalk, and it helps to make a nice dark line. You can use contrasting colors so that when you take the pins out and you turn them inside out, you can use those lines by again pinching them to where that chalk line is, and then you can repin on the inside where that line is, and you can check it by finding out where your chalk line is on the outside. Now if you're going to put them on inside out and then pin them along your seam, you need to make sure that you have, if you have one leg that's fuller than the other, make sure that you allow for the fullness on the opposite side if it's inside out, because once you put them on right side out, it'll flip to the other side and fit differently. Now when you get to the fold line, and you work all the way down, or even just partially down the leg, depending if you want it just narrow and then you want to make them into bells, you can do that. Just want to make sure that if you're coming off the edge of the pant leg, that you do a reverse stitch to lock that stitch into place so it doesn't open up. And that's how you take in a pair of jeans to get that perfect fit. Usually you only need to take in the outside. And if there's a double stitched seam, it's usually on the inside leg, because they usually allow that you're going to take the seam in on the outside, so it's simpler than having to undo this double stitching. And that's how you get a perfect fit on your jeans.